This is Steve.
And it's Shawn.
This is Acromedia's High Five.
So, Steve, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to be talking about the point of sale now available for Drupal 8. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So we had the point of sale. It's ready for Drupal. It is already in production, Drupal 7. People are using it. People seem to like it. That's good. It's being adopted. We've now converted it to Drupal 8. From what I understand, it's more built in. You're able to kind of change out the widgets. You're able to actually manage it as not a standalone module. What else are we talking about here?
I can elaborate on the first part,
Sure.
the widgets. So it is built as a proper flow for the backend. So the same way if you go in and you would edit an order that you receive online, it is a flow like that. It's not that same flow because obviously that wouldn't be very useful, but it is a configurable backend flow. So that means if you update your orders and you add a new field, that field will show up there. If you want to add a specific widget that controls how that field displays, it adds a discount or a bundled product or something like that, you can pick from any of the available options and they will work with the point of sale. In 7, the point of sale is very standalone. It's its own custom-built form, custom-built options.
Yeah, you configure it apart from Commerce. The data can talk.
Yeah.
But you're configuring them completely apart from one another.
It uses some of the underlying parts of Commerce, but from a usage standpoint, it appears almost as if it's a separate module. Whereas for Drupal 8, that's not the case. I mean, it still has the same level of functionality, but we integrate much more so you can use a lot of the configuration. So we use, we had the concept of locations, which are like store locations in Drupal 7. In Drupal 8, Commerce has the concept of stores built in. So we just use the built-in stores. The same store functionality that you can use for multiple online stores, you could use for any of your offline stores. And so it has all the nice functionality built in there. There's lots of stuff that goes along with stores. You can attach addresses to them and all kinds of extra billing information there, these fully configurable entities and everything. So all that stuff we take advantage of using properly in the 8 version.
Apart from it just using the Drupal 8 infrastructure, is there any new features that we've been adding on in the last year since we last did our video talking about point of sale 2?
We've added quite a bit, actually. Not all of it has made it into the port to Drupal 8 yet. We're only at Alpha 1 right now. Alpha 2 will probably release in a week or so. And so we have all the basics and we don't have some of the add-ons that we've added. But to point of sale, but all the stuff that we've added to 7 will get added to 8 as well. We have quite a bit more reporting that is added in. There's a number of KPI reports for tracking, say like metrics for salespeople or something. If you have who put what through the till, what their numbers are.
Yeah, units per transaction. You have more on your end-of-day reports.
Yeah, average cost. It tracks if there's amounts returned. All those sort of normal metrics if you have any sort of, even if they're not really a sales team, but a floor staff of sort of any sort. We track that quite nicely. We have a nice big thing. It's not in the newest version. It's just a patch that's just being finished up, but a big sort of quick add section. So that's if you have products that you can add, that you add quite common, and you don't want to look them up by SKU or something. You just want to basically press a button for them. It's sort of like, if you ever buy any, like if you order fast food and they always just go, press the combo and press whatever. They don't like look up what it is or anything. And so we added that. We were able to fit it in sort of quite nicely in the user interface. You can obviously turn it off if you don't want to use it, but it fits in so it's all on the same page. You have, I think we managed to fit on 20, and we even have tabs or something. So it's quite robust on how much we could fit in there. That was initially actually just a request from someone in the community. It seemed like a good idea, so we did some UX design and everything, and we've implemented it now. So
when should people start using the point of sale? You said it's on Alpha 1. Alpha 2 is going to be next week. When is the production launch?
Alpha 2 is when it becomes usable, really. Like Alpha 1 is fine. You could use it now, but it's not very... It lacks a couple of features that would make it flow nicely. The product selector isn't totally finished. And the report and the labeling functionality isn't quite finished. If you're a developer or something, you could use those patches. They're nearly done, but
so we're saying usable by November 1st, 2017.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
Because there's basically 3 things that need to go in. Labels need to go in, reports need to go in, and the improved widget for product selection needs to go in. All of which are nearing stages of completion. So
Great.
those go in. that doesn't get you sort of all the extra bells and whistles. There's more reporting to go in. There's lots of little extra features. We don't have tips and gratuities, and you can manually put a product adjustment in, but we don't handle a tip nicely, things like that.
That's right, yeah. I also know you're doing a more intuitive inventory management piece on it. That's currently going in, right?
And that's pretty simple at the moment, just because commerce stock still needs to improve more, and that's where the inventory management matches up with. So we only sort of do the very basics right now. If we can match with commerce stock, this pretty much the same way you would for an online sale or something. Just is this in stock? Is it not in stock? Kind of thing. It's going to have a full transactional stock base and everything. We're still waiting on that to sort of finish up outside of point of sale to do the full integration there.
So what's today's too long didn't read?
Point of sale is finally ready for Drupal 8. If you're building a new site, you can probably start using it basically right away because, like we said, the first sort of true usable version will be out in a week, and we're going to continue releasing at least once a month for the foreseeable future. So you should get features fast and furious.
That's awesome. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit us up right down below. Go ahead and subscribe.
Follow us on Facebook, check out our blog at acromedia.com, and follow me on Twitter.